Think you know Boston?
You know why these seats were put in?
The Elsie Tavern. What movie was filmed here?
We're walking the walk,
I am William Dawes.
talking the talk. Tour by tour, a whole new perspective on Boston.
It's something different, fun, and unique to do in the city.
We're showing off Boston, next on Chronicle.
By land, by sea, on 4 wheels or 2, we decided to try being tour guides for a day.
For goodness sakes, hydrate people!
If you know the city, you'll agree it was an act of courage on my part to navigate the streets of Boston by bike. One thing Dawes or Revere didn't have to deal with was traffic, and neither does Andrew Prescott, who founded Urban Adventours, bicycle tours of Boston. His mantra? Pedal power over fossil fuels.
I always thought that the more bikes you put on the street, the more people saw bikes on the street, the more they'd be used to them.
I want to ride my bike.
Tours begin at Landry's Bicycles on Commonwealth Avenue.
I want to ride it where I like.
The whole route is about 10 to 12 miles. It takes about 2.5 hours, depending on the level of the cyclist.
Do you ever get back here and find out that you're like down 1 or 2 people?
No, we never lose anybody.
All right, so next up, Fenway Park.
Fenway Park.
So folks, we are outside Fenway Park. This is a statue to the most famous Red Sox of all time. This is Ted Williams. This is me as a child. Ted Williams, the last baseball player to hit 400. He hit 406 in 1941. No one has ever hit 400 in a season. He's still the most beloved of all Red Sox. We haven't lost anybody, have we?
Copley Square is named for John Singleton Copley, the most influential artist in colonial America.
You talk about green. When they first built this park, it was completely concrete. It was only after about 8 to 10 years of people complaining that they dug it all up, planted some grass, put in a fountain. Everybody hydrating?
Louisburg Square, Beacon Hill. Home to John Kerry, also an avid cyclist.
I was sort of worried about the logistics of getting us all in here. In Louisburg Square, it can get kind of tight, but I'm glad we came. So I would only add that I was against going up to John Kerry's house before I was for it. Well, folks, this is Boston City Hall. When it was built in the late 60s, it was considered architecturally a stunning building. There is a theory that they saved money on this building by not paying a lot for the design. They just looked at the Lincoln Memorial and turned it upside down and said, ooh, that would look new and different. It's true. The current occupant on the top floor here, Boston's mayor, is now a big cycling buff.
As a matter of fact, biking has replaced walking as my favorite morning exercise.
Boston now even has its very own bike czar, former Olympian Nicole Friedman.
It's perfect as a cycling city because we do this Hub on Wheels ride every year. It's 45 miles. You can see all of Boston. So many people come back and they say, I've lived here my entire life. I didn't know it was so beautiful. I didn't know these parts of the city existed.
This was, of course, where the big dig was dug.
Still ahead,
Is there any future for me as a bike tour guide?
which of us did the best job? Vote for your favorite on thebostonchannel.com.